Hello YouTube, hello to my fans, viewers, and random bypasses of this video. I don't usually make videos like this, but I had to make it over the given circumstances of the situation. I don't really know how to say this, but sorry. I'm sorry for saying the game sucks so often. Man, that took a lot out of me. I had to really get that off my chest. That was a tough thing to say, but I'm finally glad I got to say it. All jokes aside though, I wanted to make this video for a very specific reason. Obviously, if you guys have seen my YouTube channel, my Twitch stream, random clips of me on the internet, you've probably heard me say this a million times. But I'm here to clear that up. Anyone who is passionate about something or feels they have put in a lot of time and effort will always have criticisms and complaints, no matter what they're doing. Now, SF6 is by no means a perfect game. And you know, perfect games just don't exist unless it's Sonic Adventure 2, obviously. But for this video, I wanted to talk about some of the things that SF6 does well and clear up some of the negative stigma that a lot of pro players kind of give this game, and you know, talk about more of the goods that the game does, and you know, kind of go over why some of the pro players are just complaining in general. One thing I think Street Fighter 6 does really well is netcode. Street Fighter 6 has some of the best netcode I've ever seen in a fighting game. I think there's a reason we don't have any of the timeless Street Fighter 5 rollback clips like the Cody mix-up with the Zonk or the Balrog overhead mix-ups. We have had nothing in comparison for that with Street Fighter 6. There's also a reason we're able to enter so many online tournaments like Can Opener, TNF, or whatever other online tournaments that you could enter online and still get great practice. I'm lucky because I'm from the NA East region and I get to practice with some of the all-time greats in this game, and win or lose, I still have the privilege to, you know, test my merit or, you know, see how good I compare against some of the world's best. So I am actually very lucky to have Street Fighter 6's netcode. And to be honest, I wish we had this netcode back when Marvel 3 was a thing, so I could, you know, get really good practice online. So hopefully, you know, Marvel 3 rollback soon, please. Another thing I wanted to praise Street Fighter 6 about is its training mode. Street Fighter 6's training mode is actually one of the best training modes I've seen in fighting game history. Being able to lab setups along with recording offensive sequences as well as how to get out of them is something Street Fighter 6 training mode does really well. I've labbed countless hours of Manon setups, are even like things to do in Manon, like, you know, silly left right, you know, how to chase down tech rolls or whatever it might be, because of how easy and seamless using Street Fighter 6's training mode is. You get the save states, and like I said, you can record offensive scenarios or defensive scenarios to get out of them, as well as just having replay takeover. Replay takeovers also used pretty often that can help you get better or learn about the game. Using replay takeover, allowing you to test setups or see how you lost in real time and go back and rewind and try to do something different or see how something differently could pan out, is something that Street Fighter 6 takes full advantage of. I'm actually quite jealous that older games didn't have this. I wish something like a Guilty Gear Strive or like a Grand Blue would have something along those lines, so I could use that in other games. But Street Fighter 6 does it really well, especially with being able to take over any side, whether you're the offender or the defender. There are plenty more things that I can praise about SF6, but that's not why some of you guys are here. I want to talk about now what actually triggers me to say game sucks, and why I say it so often, and why so many pro players complain so much. Let's address the elephant in the room. Throw loops are the least fun thing about this game. I'm sorry to anyone in the comments who's about to type skill issue, or I would simply just tech the throw, but I'm sorry, it's really not that simple. I think it takes a lot out of the mind games and the interesting factors that fighting games allow you to have, when a winning strategy for this game is just something as simple as throw looping the other person. Whenever I'm at a big event and I hear the crowd getting excited for throw loop or cheering for them, I'm like, disgusting or pathetic. It's obviously, you know, different for me because like I'm a pro player and I've seen people fly like 12 to 14 hours. I flew 14 hours to go to Capcom Cup and I just got throw looped out of bracket. Not to say that my opponents are, you know, beat me because of throw loop, but it is very frustrating to kind of lose like that, and I feel like it's a very uninteresting way to lose. I feel like throw loops have been a problem in Street Fighter 6 too since the beta, because I got to play a lot of Street Fighter 6 early on because I was invited to a lot of the beta, and I got to play like at the PAX East events and like other events to play Street Fighter 6 early. And I've always felt like, even in the beginning, I was like, man, throw loops are going to be really strong. I don't really see why you wouldn't just do this, because the other person's kind of at the offender's mercy. And, you know, fast forward 3 years, we're all still complaining about throw loops. I've seen Broski make videos about it. Brian, you know, Mena complains about throw loops a lot. It's just kind of unfun at this point. Like I said, I feel like we're beating a dead horse at this point, but it really is kind of a lot of top players not enjoying throw loops or just kind of getting annoyed with throw loops. It kind of reminds me of the Mario Party mini game, Bowser's Big Blast, for any, you know, Mario Party enjoyers out there, where you just have to kind of guess what color was the bad color and try to stay away from it, and then you have to get every other color, and that kind of just decides whether you win or not. And to me, that's not really that fun. One other thing I know that annoys a lot of players, and especially high-level players, because I have been a victim of this, is drive rush jab or drive rush special. I'm not going to get too much into drive rush jab, because obviously we all know what drive rush jab is, and you know, sometimes you get stuffed in the face and it be like that. But I want to talk more about drive rush special move. I have lost plenty of tournament sets, whether it's online tournaments or offline tournaments. It's still kind of rough to drive rush special move. I would be fighting a Bison or a Ryu or whoever it might be, and then I just get hit by drive rush scissors kick or drive rush donkey kick or drive rush whatever variation of that into a punish counter hit into a ton of damage. I don't think personally anyone has fun losing like that. I think that is very silly. I know I've seen some people defend this online and be like, oh, I had the read. It's kind of like doing a Kami dive kick. And I'm like, I don't think that's anywhere kind of the same thing. Drive rush is obviously already a strong mechanic in the first place, and you know, it takes kind of a risk to even check it, because you don't know if you're going to get hit by drive rush jab or, you know, drive rush medium or whatever it might be. So I know a lot of people will say drive rush special move is also kind of a risk for the guy doing it, but I don't feel like that was really the risk anyway. In my opinion, I think doing DI was supposed to be the answer to the high risk, high reward mechanic. I know a lot of people don't like using DI, but DI in Drive Impact is a good mechanic in my opinion, because I do feel like that was the intended purpose of DI, a high risk, high reward mechanic that kind of rewards you for having the right read. So going over all that, I know a lot of you guys like to meme and crack jokes about iDom hating the game or other pro players hating the game or ruining the game, but for me, it's just a lot of minor frustrations like the ones I just previously talked about. I don't think anyone truly hates Street Fighter, and I am very grateful for this game and Street Fighter as a whole, because I've got to meet so many cool people, got to make incredible YouTube videos, and get to stream and hang out with all of you guys because of it. So please keep that in mind the next time you're watching an iDom YouTube video or watching my iDom stream at twitch.tv/iDom_NY. And I just want to thank all you guys for watching. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the video, and be sure to like it. Actually, one more thing. I also made this video because I'm tired of people saying, well, iDom said the game sucked because they got jumped in for the 100th time. That's not the game sucking. That's you needing to be better. Goodbye, everyone.